Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel, and I want to touch on a very touchy subject in gaming. It's still a bit raw at the minute because they seem to be invading every single IP we want them to stay the fuck away from, and that is social justice warriors ruining gaming. They're targeting gaming. It's one of the biggest pastimes in the world currently, if not the biggest pastime. It's nearly a bigger industry than the movie business. Games are making more money than Hollywood movies now. That is just a fact. The budgets are getting bigger, the games are getting better, the graphics are getting better. Everything around the gaming market is just growing and growing and growing. And as it grows, we get targeted by more social justice warriors and more and more and more mainstream media outlets wanting to take gaming down, wanting to slag it off, wanting to brand it as a mental disorder if you play too much games. And we're just under the microscope currently. And I want to talk about it and how we can avoid being under the microscope in future, how to combat these social justice warriors, and what gaming developers and publishers should do moving forward, lads. So we've got an interesting video ahead, believe me on that. Now, just a quick YouTube search and you can sort of see where the movement around the social justice warriors started to gain a lot of fucking traction. So lots of Call of Duty fans were so excited that it was going back to the original boots on the ground gameplay and going back to the best setting we've had in a Call of Duty game so far, World War II. A quick YouTube search of COD World War II reveals not a lot of people were happy with the game, and that it became infested with political correctness. Social justice warriors seemed like they were consulting Sledgehammer Games on how to make a World War II game. We got swastikas censored, women Nazis were thrown in the fray, black Nazis were thrown in the fray, and it was just a clusterfuck of nationalities and things which didn't happen in World War II, which is what pissed off myself and lots of other YouTubers. And this is when I believe the movement around this whole social justice warrior-esque thing in gaming sort of gained traction and started picking up momentum and scared lots of games developers and lots of games publishers going forward. As you can see, COD World War II is SJW trash. COD World War II has gone full SJW. Black female Nazis, 100 politically correct. I myself made lots of videos on this because Call of Duty is one of my favourite franchises, and to see it going down the pan even further after they did the futuristic bullshit kind of made me sad. I mean, even Drifter, the COD cocksuckers, even made videos on it saying that this wasn't right and this is not what Call of Duty should be doing. There was hashtags started. I started my own hashtag boycott COD World War II. And we're getting some traction, lads. I'm not going to lie, we're getting some traction, and I thank all of you who followed that fucking movement. But this is just the start, lads. This was just the start of the social justice warrior movement. Now, lads, this is a very bad place to be on the internet. It's not somewhere I want it to be. This is like the dark web for gamers. I don't want to be on a wiki about social justice warriors, but I've got to do this to explain what this movement is doing and the main people involved with the social justice warrior movement. They try to censor us games. They want things taken out of our games. They want games banning for what they deem as inappropriate, and these are the main protagonists, you could say, if we're relating it to gaming, of the social justice warrior movement.
Because like when you start learning about systems, everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
Oh, this is what we're dealing with, boys. This is what games developers are dealing with, and if they don't have big enough balls, they're going to bend over, and Anita is going to get her big strap-on out, and she's going to fuck them until they squeal and say they're sexist pigs. This woman is beyond any sort of reasoning whatsoever. Why she's still allowed to attend gaming conventions and VidCon and things like this is beyond me, because all she does at every single one she attends is causes a scene, screams at everybody, calls them sexist, calls them racist, and just throws out insults left, right, and centre. And she has a massive voice in the gaming industry, believe it or not, because people, they feel like they have to pay her attention, otherwise they're going to get shat on by the mainstream media and tons of feminist frequency lovers. And that is just not the case. You need to have some balls to stand up to this witch, or she's going to ruin every single game going forward. And for those of you who think she didn't ruin COD World War II and she didn't have a dabble in Battlefield 5, think again. Where do you think the developers are getting this everybody has to be included feeling from? It's women like Anita Sarkeesian that are fueling the fire for social justice warriors in gaming in 2017 and going through into 2018. And shit, it's going to even carry on to 2019 if nobody stands up to this shit, like big games developers, and condemns her on a social media platform or condemns her on stage. This shit is going to go unnoticed, and people are just going to keep implementing more bullshit ideas from this fucking bitch in their games. And yes, she deserves to be called a bitch, lads. She really does. Do some research on her. Now, trust me, lads. Trust me wholeheartedly. I guarantee you Call of Duty World War II would not have been as shit had Anita Sarkeesian's presence not been as well known. Had any of these social justice warriors who are repping massive Twitter followings, massive Instagram followings, massive Facebook followings not been as big, that game would have been better. Because Michael Condrey is not one to stand up to peer pressure. He will bend under anyone's fucking thumb, and Anita Sarkeesian had him under her thumb. She visited Sledgehammer Games multiple times. They've all been documented. You can find the pictures on Twitter. Shit, I'll even put the picture on the screen now. She said she loved meeting Michael Condrey. He was one of the only games developers that truly listened to her. So she had a fucking heavy hand in that game's demise. I mean, of course, Michael Condrey is the key person to blame. He didn't have any balls. He let her get her big strap-on out and shove it in his arsehole, and he fucking liked it, because shit, you're the lead of Sledgehammer Games. You should have some balls. When you call your studio Sledgehammer Games, you should have some balls, man. You're calling it Sledgehammer Games. A sledgehammer is a violent object. It's something that's used to destroy materials, destroy walls, and shit. You're letting a woman come into your studio and tell you how your fucking game should be made. She's not a games developer. You should make the game the way you want to make it, and make it good for us gamers, not some politically correct bullshit, which is what Call of Duty World War II turned out to be. And she's the fucking reason why, lads. Now, for those of you that have never seen Anita Sarkeesian's Twitter, this is just one snippet of her many fucking arguments about gaming, about conventions, about TV shows. She hates the culture of absolutely everything, and she wants it all to revolve around being progressive and women being the main characters in everything. But that would be the opposite of what she's trying to achieve, right? Gender equality. So let's look at this. Woke up this morning to a dumpster fire in my mentions. I mean, it's always a dumpster fire, to be fair. These fools are still spraying bullshit conspiracies that are so bonkers they aren't worth repeating. But I guess it's just so exhausting. I guess being a misogynist asshole never gets old. So whoever doesn't agree with her, lads, is a misogynist asshole. Now you may be wondering, why am I focusing on Anita Sarkeesian for this full video? She's the main fucking reason. She is the main reason, and so many dumb fucking idiots follow her, or would follow her to the end of the fucking earth. Feminist frequency it's just like, it's like Nazism. It's just, they want everything their way, and if you don't get it their way, they will riot and they will cause shit. The so-called far-right groups which cause hate and they hate everybody and the racist. That's what feminist frequency is. And they're a left group, apparently. No, they're the fucking so-called far-right hate groups. Feminist frequency is a fucking hate group, and it always has been. But because it's 2018 and nobody dares say anything to any fucker anymore, it'll go unnoticed until it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and every single gaming company is scared to not fucking include women in the game. Oh, you're making a game about the Holocaust? Shit. No men died in the Holocaust, it was just fucking women. Make sure there's just women in your fucking game. Oh, you're making a game about the Vietnam War. Make sure there's women fighting on your fucking front lines. Oh, you're making a video, a game about Benghazi. Make sure you had women on the fucking front lines. I mean, that is what gaming is coming to, lads. And if you don't see that, you're sorely mistaken. The gaming as we know it is going to end if social justice warriors keep getting their way and getting given what they want by games devs. Sledgehammer was the first step of this. Now DICE are doing it, and I'm scared to see what studios will do it going forward. The only two I've really got faith in who will stand up to this is CD Projekt Red and Techland. I'm not sure about the rest, lads, and it's fucking scaring me. Now, to totally reaffirm my belief in Techland, this tweet just proves it all now. This is Total Biscuit and Anita Sarkeesian going back and forth on Twitter. Unfortunately, Total Biscuit passed away this year, so rest in peace his soul. But she tweeted, Dying Light has a damsel in distress storyline. Dear games devs, it's 2015, aren't you embarrassed by this yet? Because she was pissed off with Dying Light. I mean, the story in that game was terrible. It was the worst part of the game, but she wasn't happy. She wasn't just happy with moaning. She thought it was sexist. Yet again, every fucking game is sexist. One of the main people in Dying Light is a female, but she's not happy with that. She's really not. Everything's sexist. If a woman is portrayed in a way where she's, let's say she needs help, it's fucking sexist. It's sexist if that woman needs help. This is how her tiny pea brain works, and all her the tiny brains of her stupid followers. And then Total Biscuit responds with, the idea that Jade, of all people from Dying Light, is a damsel in distress is hilarious, after she saves the main character in the first 5 minutes, which is fucking true. So all this bitch did was turn on the game. She saw that there was a girl protagonist in need of help. She turned the fucking game off, went to Twitter to write a paragraph moaning and slagging off Techland, potentially damaging the sales of their game, because she has a massive following on Twitter. I think it's like 500,000 currently. Reddit, she's even got a big following. Every single social platform she's on, she has a big fucking following. Now Reddit, lots of it is memes. There's so many memes of her on Reddit. I've fucking lost count, and I salute you, Reddit, for that. I really do salute you. When somebody needs to be made a meme of, you guys fucking do it. That is how the gaming industry should handle this bitch. Just make memes of it until she gets so pissed off, deletes every single social platform she's on, and hopefully goes into hiding and just doesn't go on the internet ever again. The internet is not the place for her, because she gets so offended over absolutely everything. No doubt she's going to be offended by Battlefield 5 when it releases, even though it's a social justice warrior piece of trash. There's women in fucking World War II yet again where they don't belong. There's no swastikas in it, but shit, she'll still find something to fucking complain about. The women will look too weak or too skinny. She wants them to be fatter, because skinniness doesn't represent 60% of women in the USA, because lots of them are fat cunts who can't stop eating the fucking Big Macs. I mean, give it a rest, Anita. Give it a fucking rest. If they put the character too fucking big, she'll claim that they need to be skinnier. Nothing will appease this stupid bitch. She even moaned about Jade in Beyond Good and Evil, saying she wasn't a good enough character to represent women. I mean, what the fuck are you on about, woman? What are you on about? You're not happy with a male protagonist? You're not happy with a female protagonist? What the fuck do you actually want? Stay away from games going forward. We don't want you near Battlefield. We don't want you near Call of Duty. We don't want you near Dying Light. Just fuck off if you get offended over absolutely everything. This is worse than the comments I get on my videos when I upload a video slagging off Call of Duty or something, and people get so butthurt over their favourite franchise. Not because it's sexist, not because it's racist or anything like that. They just get annoyed when someone critiques their favourite gaming franchise. But she just gets annoyed over fucking everything. Absolutely everything. And there's only a couple of YouTubers that dare make videos on her and dare expose her. Big YouTubers, should I say. I mean, there's thousands of little YouTubers that have tried speaking out against her, got their fucking videos copyright striked, and, well, they forgot about her after that. Now, another studio that was sort of thrown in the shit earlier this year was Warhorse Studios. So they're the developers behind Kingdom Come Deliverance, and oh my fucking god, everybody was shitting on this game. Well, all the social justice warriors, The Know, which is a massive YouTube channel, uploaded clips of their podcast where basically the people who work for The Know were refusing to buy the game because it didn't have any coloured protagonists in the fucking game. That is a stupid reason to not buy a game, especially when the game is trying to be 100% historically accurate. And they don't back down to the social justice warriors. Now, let me get this straight. Games publishers and developers in Eastern Europe and Central Europe are the ones which actually have balls and refuse to back down and refuse to put women and coloured characters in their games where they don't belong. So another studio set in the Czech Republic, the other two are set in Poland. It seems that studios here in the UK and over in the US just have no balls and they bow down to everything these social justice warriors want. Now, I don't know how bad of a state America must be in for them to get their own way in every single game going forward, but it seems the only publishers and developers with any balls are in Central Europe or Eastern Europe, and I don't know why that fucking is. And the main reason they didn't want coloured people in the game is because it wouldn't be accurate at the time of when the game was meant to be set. It didn't happen. They consulted hundreds of historians to get them the correct research and the correct setting for their game, and they reaffirmed that there's a 99.9% chance that there was no people of colour around in those times in Central Europe. But no, they wouldn't fucking have it. The No and all these social justice warrior channels, media outlets were slamming them and boycotting the fucking game because they didn't put black people in the game. And we got black YouTubers saying it was fucking ridiculous, it's stupid, it's a game, it's meant to be historically accurate. They're not Sledgehammer games, they're not DICE, they're not going to bend over and get fucked. And I salute them for that, and I just can't believe people will boycott a game because they want to do the game that they set out to create, not you, and they want it to be 100% historically accurate. The CEO of Warhorse got so much shit on Twitter and Facebook, people were just slamming him because he wouldn't back down, and the majority of the people slamming him were American. I've never visited the US, I really want to, but I'm quite scared of what sort of state your country is in when everybody is so scared of these social justice warriors. Like, what? I don't understand. What do they do to force you to do this? They could moan and rant at me as much as they fucking wanted. They could threaten to sue me. I wouldn't give a shit. I would stand my ground. That is something I've always prided myself on in life. No one will force me to do something I don't want to fucking do. Now, the main point I want to get across in this video is, if you are concerned about your favourite games getting ruined, like Call of Duty has one of the most promising Call of Duty games that could have ever been made. Call of Duty World War II was ruined by political correctness. Battlefield 5 is going the exact same way. It looks like a reskin of Battlefield 1. It's because they daren't do certain things because they're scared of the backlash they're going to get from the social justice warriors if they explore a fully historically accurate World War II. Call of Duty daren't do it. DICE kind of took the piss out of them for not doing it. Then they do it themselves, and games are just going on this steady slope downwards where they daren't do anything without the backing of these social justice warriors and without getting their approval. And if you're scared of your favourite games franchises doing this, please stand up to them. Please, we need to start a movement going here. We need to stop people like Anita Sarkeesian. We can't let them ruin games going forward. And it's only going to be a matter of time before studios like CD Projekt Red and Techland feel pressured into this. And maybe they get sued, and maybe the social justice warriors win the lawsuit and they feel like they've got to give in to this. And they're not happy enough with women being in the game. They're not happy enough with coloured people being in the game. They just think everything's sexist, everything's racist. We're all fascists who don't agree with feminists. And this shit will not stand on my fucking watch, lads. I will speak out about this every fucking chance I get. And that's just because that's the sort of person I am. I will not let them ruin my favourite fucking games. If you agree with me and you want us to stand together, then please let me know in the comment section. Let me know you stand with me and you want these fuckers gone out of gaming, or if they want to stay in gaming, accept the true way of gamers and stop fucking moaning. Stop pushing your political agendas on us, or get the fuck out and fuck off. Now, lads, we need more YouTubers talking about this. We've only got a couple. We've got Colossal is Crazy who talks about it now and then, but he doesn't really upload. We've got Sargon of Akkad, and PewDiePie makes a couple videos memeing on social justice warriors, but he doesn't really speak out against it. Now, let YouTubers know they need to make videos on this, or it's just gonna fucking carry on. Anyway, lads, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit the like button. Dislike if you didn't enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure you turn post notifications on, because YouTube is trying to silence me. They're not sending fucking notifications out. My social platforms will all be linked below. So will my Patreon if you want to support the work I do. Anyway, lads, I will see you all in the next video. I love you all. Peace.
Know how much you love it when you get it in abundance. Give a fuck about a budget when you always be the subject of discussion. But it's nothing when you start